So, if you guys aren't familiar with Jupiter Exchange, then you're not really in crypto. Who here is familiar with Jupiter Exchange? Raise your hands, ladies and gentlemen. Who's here? I want everybody participating. Who here is familiar with Jupiter Exchange? Who here has used it? Is it a great service? Yes? Okay, good. Is it a great service? Okay, because a lot of hours, a lot of brain power, and a lot of passion has gone into this project. I've witnessed it from the back end. I've seen the hair pooling. I've seen the stress. I've seen the long nights. I've seen the 24-hour shifts to bring what I believe to be one of the best products in crypto that has the highest upside for what we're all trying to build here, which is community. Now, me and Miao have been working in philosophizing the idea of what is money? Because we're all wanting to make money. The question is, what is it? And it really centers around community and behind community. Take it away.
So actually, what's it? Hi everyone. Hello.
Here.
Can I say meow? Like meow.
Come here real quick.
Thank you. What's that?
Let me drop this
awesome.
right there.
All right. So actually, what Liu is saying is actually really interesting, right? Because we're talking about making money, right? And when we talk about making money when we're growing up, we talk about making money. We thought of, okay, how do we go to McDonald's and earn $5 a month or a week or an hour or whatever, right? But what's actually really interesting in this new era, right, of money is that we're really like, instead of like just making fiat money, right, we're creating new money, right? And this is amazing. It's amazing because we literally, in one generation, right, we went from just accepting the idea of money as like whatever the government prints into saying, wow, holy fuck, we can create our own fucking money. Right? And obviously, Bitcoin started the idea, right, of the UGM, like user-generated money, right? And then obviously, from Bitcoin, you have Dogecoin, and you have all the other coins, and then Ethereum, and now Solana, right? Whereby the power of like the ability of everyone here to not just make money, but to create new money, right, becomes fucking amazing, you know?
Now, what would you say? There's a lot of people building communities here. There's a lot of people building their projects. What is the key to make this currency or make your money valuable?
Precisely.
What is the key?
Precisely. Community. Right? Why? Because, come on guys, let's think about it, right? What is money? Anything that people believe in has value is money, right? So literally the only thing you need to create a new money is
people
and community and faith, right? So that's literally the only thing you need. And that's actually amazing because I think with this new meme coin era, right, I think we removed all the technical, logistical barriers, right, to creating new money. And that's amazing, right?
Yes.
Isn't it? I mean, you talked about this. I think when we first met in Singapore, we had this like really good like jamming session, right? Where we're like, oh my God, the only thing that you need to create new kinds of money is energy,
yes.
You know? The energy of the people in like doing so. And I think it's amazing, by the way, you know?
Money is energy. So based off of energy, we have to abide by natural law. What is natural law? You can look it up right now, different laws of the universe. You have the law of cause and effect. You have the law of gravity. You also have the second law of thermodynamics, which is what? Energy can neither be created nor destroyed. It can only be what? Transformed. The issue is, with fiat, they're trying to create energy out of thin air. Therefore, it's not authentic. It's not real. What we're experiencing now is people starting to take ownership. In your opinion, because you had an acronym for CAT that I want you to talk about, how do you create community to get to a money source that people actually trust? How do you create that community?
So, before that, right? I mean, you guys know meme coins, right? Obviously, kind of like the
Who here's meme coins? Who here has any meme coins in their portfolio? Anybody? Okay, good. Some degens. I like it.
It's amazing because like 1 year ago it's like nothing. 2 years ago it's like nothing at all, right? So I feel like what is actually, but okay. So one thing interesting about meme coins, right, is that obviously like I think 20,000 of them launched a day. It's insane, right? 20 fucking thousand a day, right? But what's actually interesting, right, is that you see those meme coins that make it, right? Whether it's Wave or Billy or like they're all like a result of like an intense period of like of community takeover, right? We call them CTO. But then all these coins really started getting a real traction, right? Because it's very easy to fake traction at the start, right? You do a meme coins, you get some market volume, you get on trending a bunch of places, right? You get the energy, but it's fake energy, right? Because it's not really energy of the people, right?
Yes.
It's manufactured energy by a small set of people who manufacture metrics to make it look really good, right? But then what you really also see, right, is that you really also see a extremely small subset of meme coins, right, that manage to gain the trust of the wider community. And those are the ones that really take off and create real value, right? And I think and that's what I mean by the whole CAT acronym, right? CAT, right? Certainty, alignment, and transparency, right? It's like when you as a community as a token gives the broader public a lot of certainty that, okay, there's no instant dumping, there's no insiders. That alignment, that means that the whole community, right, top to bottom, right to left, is aligned on the longer mission and the ethos, right? And also there's a lot of transparency as well, right? About like, where the tokens are, who owns it, who are the leaders. And I see that universal truth, right? Whether it's with like Bitcoin or like the meme coins or even Jupe itself, I think for Jupe, I think one of the big things that I really try to do for Jupe, right, the community, is to really do that, right? Like, okay, like reassure a community there's a lot of certainty. Really try to build in alignment throughout the whole stack, with the team, the community members, the users, like everyone is unified. And also transparency, right? I think we recently did DeFi's first like transparency audit, whereby we went through all the single transactions that went out from the Genesis wallets, right? And we showed the community exactly what went. We accounted for every single fucking Jupe, right? Except 1.5 Jupe, we do, right? But we managed to show everyone like, no, look, we didn't sell anything beyond the launch pool, right? Every token is accounted for. Any token that's not accounted for, we actually share the community, everything. So I think that the idea of like giving the community a lot of certainty, a lot of alignment, and a lot of transparency is actually really important, for all tokens. And one last thing I'll say is this: if you notice a lot of the recent launches, right, it didn't do well, right? And I'm not talking about price. I'm talking about the fact that after the token launch, there was a tremendous fracture in the community. You've seen that, right?
Yes.
Especially a lot of the newer VC tokens, right? It's like the token launched, but it's very sad for me to see, because like, to me, right, we talked about the whole heart and soul thing, right? Imagine a project, right? You pour like years and even decades, right, into a project, and then the token launches. It's supposed to be a big celebration event, but it ended up, the community ended up being fragmented. And that's kind of sad, isn't it? I think the heart of it, is that there's no alignment, there's no certainty, there's no transparency. I think that's the heart of it. Yeah.
A lot of people look at Jupiter and they see a multi-billion-dollar project, and they say, hey, I have the tech, I understand the importance of community, but what are the next practical steps? How do I get to a level like Meow? How do I build and have something that has the possibility to be on a stage like Jupe? What is your ingredient list? What would you say is key for founders and builders to be considering if they want to achieve that type of level?
First of all, I think we are super early. I think before we get to the 10-year mark or 5-year mark, I wouldn't say we've done anything at all. But actually, I think one thing that I think we did really well was that we understood that that as a project, right? It's all about, like, if you're in crypto, right? It's really about energy. I think a lot of people don't really understand that. I think it's really about like so whether it's your product, right? Or your community or your token, right? Or your token or your comms or your vision, right? It's all about kind of creating that very positive energy system, within your community and with your token holders, right? Yeah, I think that's actually one of the things that I think and back to the whole CAT thing, right? I think you really, really, really have to spend tremendous amounts of effort, in terms of like giving the community a lot of certainty, making sure there's a lot of alignment, and being as transparent as possible. And that's actually the real reason. I think, bro, you know what's funny? I actually spend okay, guys. I spend an enormous amount of time, right, talking to meme coin communities. I spend almost zero time with VCs. I mean, sorry, right? But I also hang out with Luke. Basically people who understand community. I think that's just tremendous. Actually, let's talk about this for a moment, right? Capital Club has an amazing community. Every time I go to a Capital Club event, I'm blown away. I'm like, holy flying fuck! What the fuck is this? I don't see this any fucking way in crypto, right? How do you do it? Like, how do you And there's so much to learn from that, right? So how do you do it? No, yeah.
Authenticity.
Uh-huh.
You have to, like you said before, cast the vision that people have to be optimized for more than 1 month or 2 months. The goal is to optimize for 20 years, 30 years, 40 years. You and I have talked about the optimization of 8 cycles, to optimize for 8 cycles, not to optimize for a quick run. So you begin to attract people that have the same vision.
Yes.
So the goal is attracting the people with a similar vision. And in crypto, there's 2 types of communities. There's missionaries, and then there's mercenaries.
Yeah.
And what your job is to do is to get rid of the mercenaries. They're there. They're not going to leave.
You don't get rid of them. You don't focus on them.
You don't focus on them. They're going to exist regardless. But then you have the missionaries. These are the people that drive your mission, vision, and values. Right? So what are the mission statements? What are the vision? Where are we going? And what are the values? What do we stand for? So if you don't have any of these 3 things aligned, then nobody's going to follow you. And at the end of the day, the goal is to have a concentration of energy. And you get concentration of energy by a concentration of number of people. And unlike pre-internet times where you would have to congregate people collectively in order for energy to kind of exist, today it can happen in a digital landscape.
Actually, that's actually really interesting because I've been in crypto for a while, right? I observe like many communities get formed. Whether it's Ethereum or a lot of DeFi communities or Solana itself or Jupiter, right? Also a lot of meme. And now what's actually amazing on meme coins is that like in the previously, right, I had to wait like 3 years, to see every cycle form, right? Now I see it every fucking day. Like I think and I mean it when I say that I spend way more time, right, with the meme coin communities than with VCs, right? Because these guys are the ones that understand a lot better how to actually form a. By the way, when I say meme coin, I don't mean the transparent. I don't mean the transient ones, right? I mean those that are in the game for long run, right? Because they get it. They get that the most important thing in crypto, right, is actually to anchor a set of core believers, who will in turn supply the kind of energy and mission and statement you need. And bro, what's funny? In crypto everything is fake, right? A lot of things are fake. You fake volume. You fake investors. You fake this. You fake that. You fake users. You fake everything, right? But bro, do you know what's the one thing I realized you cannot fucking fake?
What?
Effort.
Yes.
Energy. You can't fucking fake that shit, right? No AI. No AI. No number of bots. No KOLs can fake that shit.
I agree.
And so easy to tell, right? Because we humans have became such great like bullshit detectors. I think that if there's anything that anchors us as humans, it's like versus AI. It is like we are such great bullshit detectors. So we can go somewhere in a new community online or meet a person and be like, okay, this guy is bullshit or not, right? And I think that's actually what is going to differentiate, between things of lasting value, whether you are building a product or a new L1 or a new meme coin. It doesn't fucking matter, man. It's like if your goal is to create a new kind of money, and to be clear, guys, I'm telling you, let's not bullshit ourselves, okay? If you're in crypto and you're a builder, or your goal is to create new money, okay? Fuck all that other stuff, right? Just get to it, okay? Your job is to create new money or to facilitate the transfer of new money or whatever, right? That's a game. And I feel like, and the key thing in creating new money is to understand that it comes from genuine effort and energy. That's what I think.
I agree, because you have to input energy. Energy can either be created or destroyed. It can only be transformed. So the team has to input real energy, and the community will resonate with that. I fully agree with you, because at the end of the day, you're only as good as your collective units. And if the community sees that the team is putting in effort, They're going to put in the effort.
It's so amazing, bro. I'm telling you, it's like I feel like it's so amazing. I feel like one thing that I've really observed, right, is that there's this really again in this world of fakeness, right? In this world of all this fake influence and fake everything, right? The one thing that I found that people really, really want, right, is authenticity. It's like, okay, cool, wow, this is a team, a community, or a project that's actually worth my time investing in. And it's actually really, really sad for a community member to invest, say, a lot of time and energy or capital or emotion, bro. Emotion is rare, bro. I'm telling you. Is anything? I think we talk about attention economy a lot, but I think that's fucking stupid. I think if you take off your pants and run around the stage, you get attention, but who cares, right? But I think it's the emotion economy that's important, right? It's like, I really think so. I don't think it's about attention economy. I think it's the emotion economy, a new term. Emotion economy. There you go, right? It's like, what are the projects and teams and products and memes and ideas that people really spend their emotion on? I think that's actually the key thing. I think that's actually what makes me sad about a lot of the ruggers, because I think they create a cycle by they make people invest their emotion and energy into it, and they rug it, right? I think that kind of thing is extremely harmful, for the ecosystem. Yeah.
And wrapping thoughts, and then I want to get your wrapping thoughts for builders and founders. My wrapping thought is very simple. At the end of the day, there's this law known as the law of sowing and reaping. If you guys are familiar, it's the law of increasing returns, right? If you input an energy unit, let's say you plant a seed, by natural law, you're not going to get one seed in return. You'll get a tree that produces fruit that then produces 100 seeds, right? It's the same thing with money. It's the same thing with crypto. It's the same thing with influence. It's the same thing with community. Your job as a builder, your job as a founder, is to just input energy units, aka put in the hours, put in the effort, put in the energy, and then allow the community to dictate, and the market will dictate whether they want to return to you in equal proportion or in surplus of the energy that you've emitted. But you have to do it out of a place of authenticity. So the goal isn't to input energy or work in order to extract. That's the short term. That's the small-minded game. You insert energy in order to multiply. And when you multiply, then that's when you create community, because it's not just about you, it's about us. Wrapping up, final thoughts for you. What is your words of encouragement for founders? What is your word of encouragement for builders? We've had a rough week. You talk about peaks, but you also talk about floors. You talk about what people need to be focused on. What is your wrapping thoughts? What is the value proposition? What is the inspiration for the next set of builders that are coming up?
No advice. I got no words of motivational advice. I'm not qualified to give any of those. But I would say this. I would say that winners are not made at the top. Dude, okay, look up. The cloud is fucking clouds, man. The top is clouds and bullshit, man. The bottom is the real stuff, man. It's like when shit gets rough, like yesterday, oh, it's great. I mean, which meme coin survived, right? Which meme coins dumped. I mean, we see a lot of the fake tokens just die, and a lot of tokens good ones just rebounded really hard, right? So guys, don't worry about how high you fly, man. That stuff is fucking transient, bro. Focus on how low you can go without dying. That's one thing. And last thing I would say is that I think back to your whole seeds analogy, right? I think a really, really great way to think about a project, or even us as a community, right, is to think of it as a garden. Okay, in a garden, you don't get anywhere by trying to steal each other's fruits, from day one. You don't get anywhere, okay, by trying to destroy each other's crops or steal. We should think of this entire landscape and our project as a garden.
Yes.
Right? Whereby we plant the seeds and we all grow together. And that's it. It's moving away from a PvP mindset into a PvP mindset.
What is PvP and what is PvP?
PvP is like player versus player. That means that you're always trying to kill each other, and like dump on each other, steal from each other. PvP means like player pump player, whereby we all try to help each other. And it's like the garden mindset versus the stealing mindset. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, round of applause from Yao from Jupiter. If you guys have any questions, he'll be downstairs. Next couple minutes, stand up. Once again, we're doing it like we've done it before. Stand up. Everybody on your feet. Everybody, come on. Everybody, come on. Let's go, Asia. Come on.
What are we
Taiwan,
doing?
let's go. I need you guys to meet somebody that you haven't met before. Name, where you come from, what do you do, and exchange the Telegram, exchange your X account, and we'll see you guys here in a couple
Team.com.
minutes.
Instagram
Let's
account.
go.